Hello my crafty friends, and welcome to another video by yours truly. Thank you so much for joining me. And this is what we're going to make. Yes, it is another Lavinia stamps card that I decided to do because a lot of you did like the last one, and I thought, right, let's do another one, but like switch it up a little bit. So what I mean by that is it's not overly complicated, and it's, as you can see, it's just all one color, and I will guide you through how I've got to this and show you how it's done. And it's basically just 3 stamps, and that's all it is, and just a little bit of blending, bit of bling on the tree, and that is it. So if I hold that up a little bit for you, you can see a little bit of glitter, a little bit of bling going on. So that's what we're going to do now. So okay, so you need a 5x7 card blank, and that we're going to use this to actually be stamping on. That will get matte and layered onto there. And so let's begin. And as before, if you do like my videos, and please like and subscribe, and also if you can, please share it on your other platforms that you belong to, like TikTok, YouTube, if you belong to another YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram. So all these different things, you feel free to share as much as you like. That'd be absolutely brilliant if you could do that. Right, okay, let's crack on and let's do this card. So these are the 2 stamps that we'll be needing, plus we're going to be using these ones again, which I've used before, and we've got a little bridge going on here which we're going to use, and we've got our Christmas tree stamp which we're going to use. Now, to give you what they are, this is Christmas Joy, this one is Forest Arch, so if you like that one, that is Forest Arch, and this, as we've used before, is Christmas Charms. So that's our stamps. And so let's get our stamping platform and put our card onto it. And we're going to stamp the arch first. And we're going to place this near the top. Now you want to try and get it as near the top as possible, and where you've got bit either side, just squish as close to the edge as you possibly can and to the top. And that, I think, excuse if my head gets in the way, I think that is, just tweak it and have a play with it, but I think that should be okay. So bring the stamping platform over and making sure obviously it's on the clear stamp, because we're using clear stamp. Press down, and then we get our, now I'm going to use Versafine, beg your pardon, and I'm using Majestic Blue. So let's just ink that up. And then we can put that back into its pot, and then we can bring this over, down it goes, give it a good press, make sure that ink makes full contact with that piece of cardstock, and then just get a few seconds, lift it back up, and hey presto, we've got, actually it might be a bit faint on that side, so you can bring it back down and just press it, because the card should stay in the same position. There we go, that's not too bad, that's a bit better. So we can lift that off, put that to one side, and like most of you know, most of you know me by now, clean the stamp. So a little bit of doodah stamp cleaner onto my stamp. Kitchen towel just to get the most, actually. See how much ink still come. So you can still actually do another impression if you want. But for today, I'm just going to just clean this off. Now it has stained the stamp, but that doesn't matter because as long as you clean it, it is still good to go the next time you come to use it. So let's put that back onto its carrier sheet, back into its packet, and then we can dispense with this because we don't need this. Put that to one side, bring our piece of work in, and we can get our tree. And I'm going to use exactly the same ink as well. So we get our stamp and we get our silly me. Didn't get a big enough block. So, and if you want to keep it straight, use the grids on your mat. You just move that. So if you want to get it straight, line your block up and use the lines on your. See? There you go. Another little tip for you. So, okay, so same ink, Majestic Blue. Like tapping all over your stamp, and I always take the ink pad to the stamp. I don't do any of this business up here. So, and again, just light tapping all over the stamp, and that should be nice and shiny now. And if I hold that up, you can see where the ink is and how shiny it is, and that's what you're kind of aiming for. So lid back onto the ink pad so it doesn't dry out. Bring our piece of work in, and we now hover where roughly you want the stamp to go. So for me, I'm lining the top of the tree with that bit there, so because that's kind of the middle, so I want the top of the tree to come down in a line like that, and I'll show you for why. So basically I'm going to go like that. So down it goes, and at this stage you don't really want to move it, so always keep one hand on this block and use the other hand to squish down and swap over if you want to. Now if you've got dexterity issues with your hands, this is where a stamping block comes into its own. So I think that would be enough, and then lift off in one fell swoop, and hey presto, you have got a nice clear, clean, crisp image of the stamp, and that's all there is to it. So that's basically the main bits of stamping done. So we just clean our stamp again. Excuse the shaking. And then we just dry that off. Get my little... And then we put that back onto its carrier sheet, back in its packet, and we know we're good to go next time. And all we need now is our little charms, so we can bring those over. We can bring our block. So yes, we're going to use these charms. I'm going to bring them. Oh, excuse me. Bless me. So I'm going to start with a star first. and put that down onto my ink pad, and again using the Majestic Blue to slightly tap. Now what I'm going to do here is line it up so that the top of the star, or right, that bottom part of the star there, I'm lining up to the top of the tree, so it looks as though the top of the star is on the tree. And yes, I'm deliberately leaving the chaining because I want to make it look as though it's hanging from the ceiling or the roof. So so that's what I'm aiming for. So let's have a look. Line it up, and I'm just going to grab myself a bit of copy paper, I think. So just hover over your stamp and think where you want to position it, and then once you're happy, down it goes. Give it a good firm press and then lift off. Now see what I mean? If I bring that down to you, so it looks as though it's dangling from this roof and it's attached to the top of the tree. So now we just need to clean our stamp again. I'm just gonna grab me some wet wipes. There they are. Wet wipes. And you just quickly squish this onto there. Get a wet wipe. And then we can just give that a quick clean. Put that to one side, dry it off. And then we know that this is good to go. And we just got a few little bit more stamping to do. And then that more or less will be the card done. So I'm just going to put the other, which is the star-shaped bauble. It's got like the little star inside the bauble. So I'm just going to, and this time I'm not stamping the whole of this chain. I just want a fraction of it. So I'm just gonna rub that off. Let's clean it. I don't want it. I don't want it exactly like we did last time. So there we go. And then I can bring this up to my piece of work, and then I'm just going to hover where I think I want it to go, and that looks about right to me. So there we go. Now if I hold this up, if I hold that up, I've got a slight gap there. Don't worry about that. I'll show you how we're going to fix that. So I'm going to clean this. Dab it off lightly, and that is good to go. And then we can put that back on its carrier sheet. We know it's clean. Take the other one off, and then we're going to maybe just make it a little bit lower the other side. I'm just gonna take that off where, so I need to take off a little bit of the chain, so that should be quite, and if I line this up, yes, there you go. So that's what we've done. So we've created, there we go, that's a bit better for you. So our tree with a star on top dangling from the arch with a couple decorations either side. Now, if I just quickly grab, this is one of my aqua markers, and you've got a fine nib on this side. So if you use that, so I've just drawn a line from the top to, so it's actually hanging from the thing now, from the arch. So, and that's basically it. That's all your stamping. So what we need to do now is ground our tree. So get a bit of copy paper, and I'm actually going to do it this way because the reason being I've got more scope to hold the card and paper. And then get a bit of another bit of copy paper. Actually, I'll get my blending mat. That's be a bit more sensible. So, and then that will go down like that, and then I can just gently blend a bit of ink. And I'm going to go in with tumbled glass, and I'm going to turn this upside down because it will be easier for me to work. So don't be afraid to do that. You know, turn your work around to whatever way it's going to be easy for you to work. So I'm just gonna, if I can just lightly just want it a bit darker. Right. Just really create those. Right, that'll do. I've got a bit of something going on in there. So don't be afraid to change it around, or you know, whatever's easiest. Ah, that's a bit better. So I've got a bit of a hill going. At least I've anchored the tree. So all we do now is just a bit around the top, just to give it a bit of colour at the top. And that is going to be basically a very quick card. But don't forget, you've got to allow drying time. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I just might do a little bit on the corners, very, very gently. And I mean very, very gently, because this is quite a dark colour and I don't want to, so that's all I'm doing for that. And I might just might go around, just do a slight bit on the edge. And that's all I've done, is just the slight corners in the top. So we've just got a bit of colour going on. So that's all I'm doing with that. I am not doing anything more. So we can put these away. Put that one away. Because as you can see, I keep ones per each little ink pad. So we're all good with that. So what we need to do now is mat and layer. Let's get rid of all of this. Let's clean our stamp. Let's tidy this up. Cool. Need to put that away. There we go. And that can now go into its carrier sheet. And we're just going to put that to one side, get our right, all we need to do now is mat and layer our piece of artwork. So let me just grab some double-sided and a pair of scissors, which are already there. So okay, and I'm going to explain something because some of you have seen me do this and probably wondering, why is he doing that? So I will explain. So let me just get my scissors, which are there in front of me. I'm just going to trim this off. So we just put 4 pieces of double-sided all the way around the card. And then the 3rd side. So yeah, and you're probably wondering, because I've done it on several of my videos, and I think probably some of you might have seen, why is he doing it that way? Why is he doing it that? So I will explain, especially in a minute when I come to put it on to my actual card front. And it's just something I've done for years and years and years and years. And so yes, so I've got 4 pieces of sticky and a bit in the middle. So we've got our, and if you've got any sticky sticking out there, just fold it over and that will get rid of it. So down onto your piece of artwork, and we now get our scalpel, and I'm using my magic ruler, and I'm using the 1/8 of an inch because I like a narrow border. So we just slide that up. So I'm just going to, if it doesn't hit it, just lift the corners up a little bit until it grabs. There we go. And you just repeat that for all 4 sides, and then you've got a same size border all the way around. So, and we just repeat the other side. So again, just put 4 strips of tape all the way around. All 4 sides. Of course, if you want to, you can use wet glue. I mean, that's perfectly fine. Or if you're not worried or too concerned about postage, then of course you can use foam pads, 3D foam pads. Of course, you can use those. And then for next week, I will do something completely different. Might be a Christmas card, but it might not be. I haven't decided. So we will see. I will have a rummage and see what I've got. And then take it from there. So right, so this is why, right, so what I've done, as you can see, I've just peeled back a little bit of the tape, so I've got little tabs, and you've probably seen me do this quite a few times before and wondered why I do it. And the reason I do it is because when I come to put my piece of artwork down onto my, I've still got a bit of wiggle room, and I can match it up and line it up without it fully sticking down, because if I stick it down like that, obviously it's going to it's not good. So by doing that, I can line up and I can put the corners down and they will stay down, and I know that's fairly square now, and so I can peel these tabs away and knowing that my piece of artwork is going to be square onto my card front. And there is, you have it. So the last thing we need to do is add a bit of sparkle. And I've got my stickles and I've got my Spectrum Noir sparkle pens. So we're just going to add a little bit of sparkle to our piece of work. And so I'm just going to put a bit of on the snow at the bottom here, and a few in the branches. And I'm doing the branches first for a very good reason, because where the bauble, where I'm going to put, is going to be, that's good, that's nice. So a few flicks. And then we've got a bit of glistening going on in the trees, which is what we like. It's Christmas after all. And then all I'm doing, this is my stickles, and this is, I don't know what colour this is, but any blue. So yeah, so so a nice few dots of stickles just where the white dots are on the tree. So I'm just being very careful, and you just want, it's just like a little pinhead of, and again, don't be afraid to move your work around if you find it easier, like I've just done there. There we go, and I'm leaving it like that. I am not doing any more. So there is your completed card, and as you can see, we've got little dots of glitter glue, and we've got a shimmery tree, we've got shimmery snow, and we've got a few decorations hanging down from the arch with a little bit of distress ink going on at the top, which could represent the sky. And also at the bottom here, you've got enough room to put your greeting, whether it's season's greetings, happy holidays if you're in America, so whatever you want, or you could just leave it blank. So hope you like that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Enjoy yourselves, have a good weekend, and see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, and again, please like and subscribe to my channel if you like what you see, and also share it as much as you can across your own platforms and social media places that you belong to. That'd be brilliant. Thank you so much. Goodbye.